Well, I had a comment on my last video, which is just a brief overview of my smoker. Obviously, smoking long time sort of barbecue isn't really that prominent in the UK. So a lot of the products, either you can't get them or they're so expensive. And to be honest, I mean, when you can buy a sort of a kettle type barbecue for £60, I wanted to do something in that sort of range. But obviously with the attributes of using it for a smoker. Everything here you see, apart from the actual pots, is pretty much bought from a pound, you know, at a cheap value shop. You've got extra grates. I've used M10 bar, so if we could just go into the bottom of it. I did notice that when I first used this, I had a grate on the bottom, but the coals would fall through at the bottom and actually crack the bottom. I think obviously due to the heat transfer from the embers. So I actually put a little plate at the bottom there, which is held up with a bean tin, just so it keeps it all off the bottom. And I've made this mesh, which is pretty much just made out of propagator mesh, as you see there. Got some spare of that, just to hold the briquettes, everything away from the walls. I want as much air around it so I don't get any hot spots, and obviously hopefully this will last. I mean, I've done loads of cooking on it now, because I was worried that I had a crack in it, and that was purely because of the ashes would fall down at the bottom, create a hot spot, and obviously that uneven heating, and it cracked. With this as my terrible welding skills, that's just M6 bar welded on the bottom, and the top grate was out of a old defunct halogen light grill. So all I did, keep the grill. I used to use it for cakes, and then I obviously found it was good for this. Sorry, that's just my wife inside making a banging sound in the kitchen. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, so I welded it onto there. So that's giving me a dual heat. Obviously the only trouble with these, because they're quite thin, it's quite narrow, I've actually built the tray up as such. So I've lifted, and obviously you've got quite a lot of volume in the head, so I've actually made it high, and that helps. So when you put the lid on, because it is quite heavy, it actually sort of locates it onto here. This is seal, just basic basket seal. I bought that from eBay for about £6. And then I've got my thermometer, which is a £3 from the value shop. Just obviously I've got Wi-Fi monitors and that, and to be honest, they're just, I don't need to use them. I find this is the best way, and I've got a little stick-in probe just to test when the meat's done. This on the top here was just an old galvanised steel shelf bracket bent out, and this is just foot long M6 rods with wing nuts. I won't go underneath, but I've actually welded the bottom of these underneath, so obviously it won't work its way loose and fall off and smash. The pots themselves are £15 from B&Q. They're the most expensive part of it. This is just a bit of scrap metal I used. Really, you shouldn't have paint on it, but. And the bottom there again is the open inlet vent, and it's just that bit of metal basically with another bracket bent out just so I can open it. That's fully closed, half open, fully open. The holes I had to make huge. The holes on these originally were about 15 to 18 mil, so sort of up to 3/4 of an inch. This one I've had to make it a lot bigger. It's a lot of trial now. The bottom one in here, to get it out, was absolutely massive. Obviously my problem being, there we go, if you see there, it's probably about 2.5 inches. It's been trial now. I mean, I did try it before, but it never really sort of heated, so I just kept reaming it out until now it works. Good thing about the vents is I normally use rubber briquettes. No sponsor, just what I found works well with them, and they're quite readily available around here in the garden centres and that. But I also use lumpwood, and obviously the advantage with the vents is I can use both, and because I'm in the UK at the moment, it's about 8 degrees. Obviously, winter, you're going to need to have the vents a lot wider open than you are in the summer. Here, you know, our summer's about 20 odd degrees. And so hopefully this is the finished project. Thanks for watching.